Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. Hope you're doing well. I sure hope you're having a better morning than me. I have been on the phone nonstop with UPS today because apparently for 2 days, nobody got packages. I'm trying to find out what the hell is going on. And it has just been a nightmare. If it was not for the fact that I got proof that my packages were given over to UPS, they would have denied even getting the packages. But thank goodness I always keep my confirmations. I never get rid of them. So they can't find it, then they got a lot of claims they got to send to me. So, but I am going to get every package that was not delivered out to you. So make sure you reach out to me if you did not get your package. And I mean, don't reach out to me and it's only been 2 or 3 days. Make sure it's been at least past 7 days. Then, I can start looking into it. So, y'all, we have been saying many things about the military. Our experience in the military is far different from any other group that joins. And one notable thing that we all know personally, whether directly or indirectly, um, is the racism that's in the military. We know because we have friends, relatives, or you yourself have been in the military and experience the racism. And it's so bad to the point where our young people in the military are now telling other people, don't join the military, stay out of it. It's not worth it. And it's really sad to see this. I even heard this back, one of my uncles on my dad's side, he's my only living uncle now. He was in the military. He had no interest in staying in there, you know, but it is still a lot of racism, a lot of just dirty things being done to our people. And, who do you go to when the racism is there and all of the higher ups look just like the perpetrator, that did something to you? You don't get nowhere. Or they'll try to flip it on you and make it seem like you are the problem. And that really is a universal thing in America, not just the military, but even a regular job. You could be on a job and one of them decide to take their microaggressions out on you. But who do you go to? The manager looks just like the aggressor, you know, your boss over them look just like you know what I mean? They have put us in a bad situation all the way around. Some of our people have gotten through it by just saying, the hell with it. Once I do my time, I'm going to get out. I'm not going to re-enlist. And some of our people have made it through, but not without scars of being in there. So, oh boy, you're going to hear some recent stories that have been posted on TikTok, and these stories are coming directly out of the mouths of the people that are enlisted, and they are just going to tell you what their experiences have been. I tell you what, this is why recruitment continues to go down every year. Maybe if you had some decency in the military, you would have a lot more people that would want to join. But it seems like the people that are high rank are like the lowest scumbags in the universe. And those are the ones that are being placed over other people. Not only are they scumbags, they're racist scumbags. And and then stop asking, why is recruiting down? You know why it's down. It has everything to do with the kind of people you got in place. And you know it. You know it. And I have to believe a lot of it is jealousy too. One thing I heard when I was living over in Germany, And I heard this from many people, not just one person, many people. The black soldiers, I know some of y'all don't like black, but I'm going to say black. The black soldiers were actually the best soldiers in the military. They said they were quicker on their feet. They knew how to break down and put together their rifles faster than everyone else. They would, when they had to run, they ran faster than everyone else. They were actually the best soldiers. But because of the racism, the white soldiers were the ones getting all the promotions, although they couldn't even move as quickly as the black soldiers. And I heard this not from just black soldiers, I heard this from Latino soldiers that were over there. I heard this from other white soldiers. They admit that the black soldiers are actually the strongest and the best soldiers in the military. But when it comes down to promotion, the white soldiers get all the promotion despite the fact that they don't even have the same agility that the black soldiers have. And I can't tell you how many times I have heard that directly from people in the military. And so a lot of the racism, in my opinion, is jealousy. It really is. I guess when they get next to one of us, they feel inadequate. So you can't compensate physically if you don't have it. If you can't deliver physically, then yeah, you're going to fall on racism because what else do you have? You it's not like you can go out there and physically measure up. You can't. That's why you got to turn to racism. So, it is what it is, but I'm just telling you, I heard that directly from the horse's mouth. Not from one military member, but multiple military members. They told me no soldier is better than a black soldier. The black soldiers are literally the best. And I believe it. I believe it. And many of you that were in the military, you were outperforming their asses. Come on. We always know when we're outperforming them. We always know. And the racism is because they feel inadequate next to us. They feel inadequate. And we're not responsible for that. See, this is what happens when you spread lies that you got high IQs and you do everything better. And then when you get in an environment where we're around and we're outperforming you psychologically, you're literally cracking and you can't handle it. But see, this is the fault of your parents teaching you racism and not really teaching you real true reality. And reality is many of you get out here and you don't measure up. And see, they don't tell you that part. They just teach you to be a racist. That's it. So let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. These stories were horrific, and I feel really bad listening to our young people in the military tell these stories. It breaks my heart. It is horrible listening to this stuff. Please give me a one if you can see my screen. Give me a one if you can see my screen. Thank you. Thank you.
I did 6 years in the military in the Army, and here are my tips on why you should not join. Disclaimer: if you are about to join and you already got your mind made up, just scroll on past. This is to spread awareness, put exposure out there, and to save my kind from going into a white man's army. Number one, they're racist. Number two, you will never get your full amount of pay. So the amount of pay that they tell you they're going to pay you, you'll never see it. Number three, when it's time to get out and get your benefits, they're going to give you a hassle and bully you, harass you, and take all year long. Next tip, they don't like black people. So go in there and be prepared to be at the bottom of the swivel. You're going to be dealing with people who are used to the old way of living. Those people think they're still in 1930. Next tip is the food. They poison you through the food. They also put stuff in the food to throw off your body. Also, they give you so many shots, you'll never fully know what's inside of your body, and they require you to get every shot that the government comes out with. They take people right out the hood. So most of the people that's in the military have anger issues, mommy and daddy issues. No one who had a good life, that was wealthy, that grew up sane and stable with both parents and a healthy home is in the military. Nobody. Next is they're full of drunks because you're not supposed to do drugs, even though the higher ups be doing coke. So they'll kick you out if you do weed, but the higher ups and the white people be doing coke and getting away with it. When it comes down to medication, so I had started going to behavior health. I wanted just a clearer space for my mental. They put me on 4 different types of medication to make me commit suicide. The doctor also confessed to me that I was their test dummy, basically their guinea pig. So when they get new medication, they try it out on the black people, and the number one side effect is suicidal thoughts. Bring me to my next tip. They off people and they get away with it. They cover it up. They'll lie to the family and say that the person off themselves. They'll lie and say it was an accident. When those soldiers go missing, the government know exactly where they're at. Next, they're also undercover bases, so it's so easy to get kidnapped and trafficked. Next tip is they don't care about your well-being. Anytime I went forward to report harassment, bullying, and racism, because technically we have EO, so it's supposed to be illegal to be racist in the military, but they just have things written down on paper just so we can look good for the white people. They don't give a fuck about that shit in person. Next is recruiters are scammers, they are liars, and they are energy thieves, and they steal money. Next is when it comes down to basic training, their motto is to break you down and build you back up. Nothing in life that is positive is going to start off by tearing you down. They break people bodies. Anybody who's going to feel like they're going to come in negative on this post, go sign your ass up and join, and then you come back. If you don't have no intentions of joining, don't get on my post talking about somewhere. You can't say that. That's not everywhere. I travel every state in the United States except for 9, and I got treated the exact same way except for in Tennessee. So out of all the states, so that's what? So I've traveled to 41 states and I only got treated fairly in one state, and that was Tennessee. Another thing is that when they cause you injuries, they're gonna try to lie about it. They're gonna try to cover it up. When I broke my foot, well, when they broke my foot because they dropped an object on my foot and broke it, they covered it up. They flew me to California to hide me. They did not take me to any doctor appointments. I never got my foot healed. I had to heal my foot on my own because I'm spiritual. I literally healed my own foot. They only put my cast on and they took it off like 9 months later. Never gave me no physical therapy or nothing. When you break your body down, you're responsible for building it back up, even though they broke it. In basic training, there's literally a camp called sick bay that you can go to. Like if you get too sick and you can't do basic training for a few days, I got my teeth pulled, so I had to go there. And there were so many people who were there that did not pass basic training. So basically, sick bay was where they was hiding people out. I met one girl who had been there for 2 years, y'all. Her people think that she done moved on and she's in her military career. She haven't even left basic training, and basic training is 2 months. On my very first night of reception, 2 girls got raped by drill sergeants in the bathroom and they covered it up, sent those girls to a psych ward. Now, I'm not saying that every individual person is wicked, but what I am saying is that the military has a job to do and they are involved in cover ups. If one is doing it, they're all doing it. It don't matter where you go. They all follow the same motto. The government does not like being exposed.
Y'all keep talking about some don't join the army ruins you. Y'all ain't have to worry about me in the first place. I see veterans on the street every fucking day saying that they don't have help after they leave the army. It fucks them up. They can't work. They disabled. They was literally eating out of motherfucking bags. I used to watch the videos where they used to make the Kool-Aid in the pouches and shit and had to shake it up. I'm not eating on no bag. I'm sorry. Then I don't even like working a 9 to 5 for real. That's why I work at design. So I can be late anytime I please. So you mean to tell me you gotta stay at an army base and they wake you up, come yelling at you, yes sir, yes sir. You tell me the wrong motherfucking mistake you do. They putting you in army jail, and army jail is different than regular jail, and I don't even want to go to regular jail, let alone fucking army jail. They said they racist. Bitch, I already be having white people looking at me crazy here and there, and I be having to, the fuck is you looking at, bitch? I just know I'm going to army jail because I'm not the type of bitch to just shut the fuck up and be nice and cool. Y'all ain't have to worry about me in the first place. I would never thought about joining the army, never thought about going to the Air Force, nothing that got to do with this state. I ain't helping shit that ain't helping me.
So do you think it's actually a good decision for African Americans to go into the service? Are you speaking it today, or are you speaking in general? Today, no, not at all. We live in a time, and as we say, I'm a member of the NACP, in a time such as this, where people of color are put in situations where we're expendable. So I feel like, they're right now. I know I live in Texas. The recruitment for the military has been very high. They've been trying to recruit more people, particularly people of color. It seems like more people want to send more people of color to the battlefield to do the dirty work versus sending other people. For you first say, I guess you would say. But in my opinion, I think it's not a good time. Being a veteran, being a person that served in the military, and seeing how the military is, and seeing how political it is based on this administration, I would not suggest it, particularly, especially for minorities. Not right now.
If you have ever served in the military, you've heard this term or saying, there's no racism in the military. We're all green. That is the biggest crock of shit and the biggest racist dog whistle that a motherfucker could ever say to you. Because whether you served in the Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, or Army, we all know that there is blatant racism amongst the ranks. Now, I can only speak on the Marine Corps and sometimes the Navy because we work with them. There would always be a first sergeant or a sergeant major that would say some stupid shit like, stop acting like you're back on the block, to Black and brown Marines. They would never say it to the white ones. They would never say it to the Asian ones. And they would definitely show indifference towards Black, white, and brown Marines. I had this first sergeant, her name was First Sergeant Black. She was white. She used to definitely show bias towards Black and brown Marines. A white Marine could do some shit and she'll sweep it under the rug. A Black or brown Marine would do some shit and she would literally try to nail them to the fucking cross. She would throw page 11, 6105s at them, threaten the NJP and all types of shit. We even had this Native American Marine, his last name was Oates. He looked Asian. So every time Oates would step into a room or step on deck, they would be like, hello there, my name is Private Oates. I'm like, Oates is not even fucking Asian, he's Native American. So yeah, why do you all think a lot of these motherfuckers voted for Donald Trump?
See, when I told y'all, when I was a child and they would show us Native Americans, I literally, as a child, thought Native Americans were all Asian. I did. And you see, I'm not alone. You heard what he said. They had somebody by the name of Oak, and they were Native American and looked like an Asian. You see how we've been hoodwinked up in here big time? They done played us our entire lives. And this is proof. I thought it was me. I thought I was crazy believing, because I used to tell everybody, why do they look Asian? Oh no, those are natives. Oh no, those are natives. And now this brother is saying the same thing. They look like an Asian, but they were a native. We all been hoodwinked up in here, big time. They know these folks they got in front of us are not no damn native. They know it. But look at what they have done to us our whole lives. They've been trying to plant the seed that these Siberian Asians are really natives. That's what they've been playing on us the entire time. But I'm glad this brother has spoke out about that. Asian, but he's running around in the army talking about they're native. Unbelievable. All right, let's go on.
Because they some racist piece of fucking shits. And racists are amongst the ranks in the military.
I fully understand that I'm not about to rapid fire fucking headlines like Aaron does. I don't have it in me. Like, I think he needs to be investigated for whatever unearthly Adderall he has access to, bro. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But like, I'm just waiting for things to get back to like some sense of normalcy. I can't get on here and tell y'all the same crazy shit y'all saw on CNN and the lies on Fox. Like, I can't be the breaking news guy, bro. Like, I will break my sanity if I do that shit. So let's talk about some stories that have already passed that for some reason this attention span problem ass country has already either forgotten and doesn't talk about it anymore. This whole clean shaven military thing that Pete Hegseth said is a big rule now, that's to get Black people out of the military. I saw that in the comments, did a little research, did a little dive, and I realized that it wasn't just me. It has like bumps and shit, or like painful bumps and shit whenever we like shave or groom ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, huh, that's like a black thing. News to me. Sorry if I was supposed to know that already, but news to me. And then I see military personnel who posted videos about it, and they're like, yeah, I've been in the military for X amount of years. They didn't make me shave. Now I have to. Like, look at all these bumps on my face. Look at how silly I look. And like, this is more professional to y'all. Mind you, it's fucking painful, right? So over time, like, not only do you now look less professional than you did when you had a beard, like the vice president of the country has a fucking beard and they're trying to tell soldiers that you're only professional if you have a clean shaven face. How the fuck does that work, right? But it's just to like, if I was in the one, I'm too much of a fucking pussy to enlist. Okay, I've accepted that. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, no, okay, like, no, you're not about to yell at me for shit. Like, no. So I have so much respect for the military, not only because of what they do, but because of like, I know that I don't have the balls to go sign up for that shit. But point being, I know that I would like I'm looking for ways to get out as soon as possible. If like it was to that level to where like every time I shave, like I'm just covered in bumps. Like I don't really have much facial hair. Like even when I leave this bitch alone, I get like patches. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta be real careful when I shave that shit, right? Or like even when I've been like I go to the same barber now because like nigga nice, you know what I'm saying? But I don't explain to him like, yo, bro, like I got like sensitive skin. Like I'm not like no bull. Like I ain't got.
And no, the Most High is showing you that you should not be putting a razor on your face. That's why you're getting those bumps. Okay? Our men are supposed to be in full beard. They are supposed to have a full beard on their face. And so when you put that razor on and you get those bumps, he's letting you know that's not what you should be using on your face. Our men are not supposed to put them razors on their face. All right? And the military is making them be clean shaven, and that's why they're coming up with all those razor bumps, and some of them just it gets real nasty. They bleed, they get pussy and everything, and it looks awful. And I understand what he's saying, but our men are not supposed to be walking around looking like that. I'm just saying. How you doing, True Royal?
Tattoos right now for a reason. I'm kind of scared of like how that ink gonna settle with my skin, but like for whatever reason it is, like I got real sensitive skin. It's always been that way, you know what I'm saying? Like even when I used to get tackled in football, right? Like if I fell in certain type of grass and shit, like my skin reacting, bro. That's just how it's always been. I can't explain it, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to like, hey, you gotta shave to look professional in the military, and I'm thinking like, what the fuck does that have to do with protecting the goddamn country? You mean to tell me if we in like real drastic war times, like we really at battle with motherfuckers? You mean to tell me if somebody really ready to grab that motherfucking assault rifle and defend their country, risk their motherfucking life, you not gonna let them because they got a beard? You see how fucking stupid that sounds? Like dead ass. There's not same with the whole like, oh, the physical test will now be geared for men only, and like a woman has to pass it according to a man's standard in order to pass the test. Like if that does result in like a lot of women not passing that test and therefore not being allowed to be a soldier, again, do you see how fucking stupid that is? Let's think about an extreme situation where we're actually in fucking battle, bro. You need them numbers. You don't need to bench press 415 to pull a fucking trigger. And in modern times, there's so much tech and shit that goes into the military and stuff. Like you're not on a battlefield with the fucking musket, bro. I've heard people call the Air Force the chair force, right? Like there's drones and remote attacks. Like what world are we living in where you need to negate colored people and women? How does that benefit the military? It doesn't. It only benefits the racist ass leader who's currently in charge of the Pentagon. What the fuck does it matter that you want to defend your country, but you have facial hair? You want to defend your country. What the fuck? How fucking stupid can this country get? But the point of this is that one time I went to the barbershop, a new barbershop. I think my barber was out of town. So I went to a new barber, got a clip real quick. I shouldn't have let him cut my hair. When I walked in, his hairline was fucked up. I should have known what it was from the jump. I was in a rush. I needed a haircut, whatever. I let it happen. A couple days go by. I'm real itchy on the back of my head. I'm like scratching like a bitch. I'm like, God damn. And then, like, I'm itching as days and days go on. And like, I can feel the bumps and shit. And like, I put like moisturizer on it. Like, I'm not realizing how bad it is. I'm thinking it'll go away in like a couple of days. Been about, I think it was like day 5. And I'm like, it's damn near been a week. Like, what the fuck going on? Took a picture. When I saw that motherfucking picture, bro, I have never seen an outbreak like that in my fucking life. I was embarrassed that I had been walking around like outside around people like that, not realizing how fucking bad it was. Like the back of my head had never been that bad in my life. So I don't know what that new barber did. I don't know if it was like dirty clippers or he ain't like do the alcohol. Like I think he did the but like whatever the fuck that one barber did, I will never go back, bro. Like it tends to happen every time I get a haircut, maybe like for the first day or two, like I might have a little bumps just because apparently that's a black thing. I thought that was just fucking me, but like I'll have a little bumps, especially when I did like the ball fade at the bottom, you know what I'm saying? I'm used to that. It'll go away in like a day or two, but I ain't never had it fucking like be all on the back of my head and start to spread to the front and be like widespread like that, right? So like now that I understand like the source of that, like our hair is trying to grow out, but like it's so goddamn curly and nappy, like it'll dead ass like curl up and get stuck in that motherfucker. So then when you got all these little hair follicles, bro, like yeah, that shit curl up inside your body, bro, and get stuck there. So that's why you got all these irritating bumps right here. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit is painful as fuck, bro. It ain't no like scratching you will be okay type shit. Like the shit is painful as a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I will never go back to that barber again. I don't know what the fuck clippers from hell he be using. You get what I'm saying? But even sometimes, like when they touching on my mustache, or like my little goatee right here, like sometimes they don't understand how fucking like sensitive my skin is, bro. And like they be doing this shit willy nilly, and then like all of a sudden this shit like red and bumpy. And I'm like, bro, like it don't fly like that around here. You know what I'm saying? So to think that because of something we can't control, would do something as stupid and illogical as negate us from doing what we want to do, which is defend the fucking country. Not me. I'm talking about other people that have my condition. It's not a condition, you know what I'm saying, but want to join the military, right? How stupid is it to negate those people because of something they can't control? Like that's directly in line with racism. That is intentional. Why the fuck does JD Vance get to walk around and be the vice president with the beard? But then you're telling soldiers that their beard is unprofessional. There's literally no sense to that whatsoever. And I'll end this by saying that Pete Hegseth has tattoos that are in line with white supremacy. A whole nother fucking TikTok, right? Okay.
February of 2024, I had a conversation with my brother. He was on the precipice of making a decision whether or not he wanted to go in the military. And I told him I wouldn't join if I were you because I have a bad feeling about this election. He didn't listen. He took the advice of our MAGA father and joined the military. Now, they're sending my brother to Alaska, which is damn near 50 miles from Russia. And then now my nephew just joined the Navy less than a month ago. These are 2 young Black men who I care about dearly. And this country is about to do them so bad. And I'm scared for them. Please pray for them, y'all.
The Army really be racist as hell, especially them white boys, and especially the motherfucking senior NCOs, the white senior NCOs. They be racist as hell. I'm gonna tell y'all about my first time getting an Article 15 for some racist shit. So I was a PV2 private. I was walking on a base. I'm not gonna say what base, but I was walking on the base, and you fairly new, so you don't really know to have your patrol cap on while you outside and shit, or they told you, but you forgot, right? So this white man, I see him, but he's like, boy, boy, hey boy, and I'm from Atlanta, like. Don't nobody don't nobody call us boy. All right. So I didn't know who he was talking to. So I kept on walking, right? I kept on walking across the street. Boy! I keep walking because I don't know who the fuck he's talking to. Like, I really don't know who he's talking to, but he can't be talking to me because my rank, like, I'm a private. And first of all, I'm not a boy, but I'm a private. So he can't be talking to me. He gotta be talking to somebody he knows. So I keep on walking, right? This white man ran to me, tapped me up, touched my shoulder, and he said, "Boy, didn't you hear me talking to you? I was talking to you. Where your patrol cap at, boy?" I was like, excuse me, what the fuck was his rank? He was I think he was staff sergeant. Oh, excuse me, sir. My rank say private. You don't address me as boy, and that's my last name. And he was like, "Boy, I call you anything I want. Where your patrol cap at?" I say, "My rank is private." "Boy, where your patrol cap at?" Like I said, I'm from Atlanta, so I gave you fair warning. Like my name is not, but stop calling me that. So I hit his ass. I hit his ass 3 times. Fuck. I ain't your fucking boy, right? He get his stupid ass up. Your career is over. Oh yeah, you're fucking done. Grab me, but we're going to the fucking commander's office right now. Yeah. Fucking private. Your fucking career's over. Right? This is what he's saying to me. But he deserved that shit because you being racist. And then you call me a boy and you know what the fuck that is. You know what you're doing. So he take me to the commander's office, right? I don't feel no remorse, right? We get to the commander's office, he spill his shit, he tell his side of the story. And then I get to speak, and I told the commander exactly what fucking happened. I didn't know he was talking to me, because my name ain't boy and my rank is I'm a private. So he's supposed to address me as private. So I didn't know who he was talking to. And I'm from the South. Like, I don't play that racism shit. Like, so I hit his ass because he was disrespecting me. Why they give me a Article 15 for assaulting a senior NCO, right? I got Article 15 for assaulting a senior NCO, got my rank taken back down to a PV1 private, got my money taken. Then I got extra duty. And what does this man, he said, "Oh, I didn't mean it like that. He took it the wrong way. I didn't mean it like that. That's not even what happened. I didn't mean it like that." No, I didn't. And so nothing happened to this man. But I get an Article 15 for assaulting a senior NCO for him being racist. But I get reprimanded. I get disciplined. He don't get shit. I get my rent taken. And they swept it under the rug, right? And of course, the commander was again a white man. So I was like, you know what? I see what this shit is. This ain't number racism in this shit. And then after that, I just got hit with more racist shit. I got hit almost like every month it was some racist shit going on.
But this is gonna be part 2 of why I'm not re-enlisting. Once again, if you're watching this and you're part of my chain of command, you come across this video at any point in time, this is me speaking and I on behalf of the Marine Corps. All right. So number one topic I want to speak on is racism. The Black man and the Marines, I have experienced a lot of racism. I know you guys always want to say, "Oh, we're all green." Oh, we're not all green. I'm Black, you're white, he's Hispanic, he's Asian, blah blah blah. I first got to my unit, all right, I had literally probably a few racist NCOs. No, the NCOs had power, okay, and they tried everything in their power not to promote me, tried to take me down and try to discourage me from doing anything that would further my future, especially being in the Marines. I have to go to several courses and do certain things. Like, no, you can't do that. While they'll treat the other Dream Marines and they'll allow them to do whatever they wanted to do. Even when I was in the schoolhouse, a couple guys say some racist shit. I repeat what they said, but I had that happen. I think I don't understand that, but racism digs deep in the military. There are black people from all the other branches actually understand this real quick. I'm gonna make another part to this video, so here it comes.
Wow. It was hard listening to some of these stories, and I didn't even put them all out. I mean, there were more that I heard of, even people getting assaulted. I mean, it is just, whoo, I don't know how y'all do it. I definitely would have gotten my butt thrown out. I would have had to choke one of them mofos. I would have choked one of them mofos. Uh-uh. Is bad enough. Our people, it has been rough. It has been unnecessary stress put in our lives, and we've had to deal with it each and every day. Now I'm gonna join the military and you gonna go out of your way to be a racist and be all blatant about it. Yeah, somebody going down and it won't be me. Yeah, somebody going down. That's why I couldn't do it, because of number one, the way I talk, and I'm gonna defend myself. And I'm not gonna take nothing from these old low life trailer park trash people. Man, get the hell out of here. Mm-mm. And and that's how it is. It's like a universal thing. These folks be inadequate as hell, but they're always the ones getting elevated. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, but just to see so many young people catching hell like that in the military. Oh boy. I heard more stories. Some of them, they had mainstream music on while they were talking, and, I mean, they had important things to say, but if they didn't have that on there, I probably could have posted more stories. But, yeah, me and the military would never mix. Mm-mm. And I just know when our people are in there, they're just using our people. You see, we are the ones they wanna put on the front line, while their punk asses will run in the back, and, we should be the human shield for them. That ain't happening. Hell no. Liquid Funk, thank you so much for your super chat. I'm glad one of my teachers during secondary talked me out of joining the British Army. Yeah, yeah, you know what? Thank you for saying that. When I was looking through these videos, it was a lot of brothers and sisters also saying the same thing about the British Army and not to join the British Army. That's exactly what I saw on the videos last night. Also, never let a non-black cut, trim your 9 ether hair. Thank you. Thank you so much for your support from my channel. I deeply appreciate it. But I heard the same thing about the British Army and the US Army when it comes down to our melanated people, it's pretty much the same. I heard the same thing from the Brits of all the racism that's in their army as well. Yeah, well, it's best not to protect these degenerates anyway. Mm. Wow. It is hard listening to some of these stories, man. It was real difficult. Yeah, I mean, I know it's not bad for all, but it's still too many that it is bad for in the military, and like I said, I heard it from my own family members that were in there of how bad it was, and that's why, some of them made a career out of it and many of them didn't. After they did their time, they did not re-enlist, they just got out of the whole thing. Mhm. but these folks, this is what they do. It doesn't matter what sector it is. You're always practicing some form of racism. Mm-mm-mm. Larry Dean, you said you got plenty of stories. I believe you. I absolutely believe you. Oh yeah, um Talia Grisham, I not only that, I heard even their drug use. Like many of the high-ranking white people that's in the military, they said they're doing a lot of drugs, but they hide it. They hide their drug abuse. Mm-mm-mm. So, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and conclude. I gotta get off of the live and get back to screaming at UPS. I'm gonna, they may not find my packages, but I'm gonna make it painful as hell for them. I'm gonna, I'm gonna make it painful for them. So, y'all, I will see you at 1:45. That's when I have my next live. We're gonna be talking again about the new Black Panthers out of Philly, which I think they're now renamed themselves to Black Lions. So we'll get into that at 1:45. So I hope to see you all back. If not, have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Shalom, family.